Yo, what's good? I'm gonna teach you guys how to design in Procreate. Here, once you have your canvas, you're gonna want to go and import your hoodie. All right, here we have the hoodie. Obviously, now we pick the color. I'm looking for a little bit of a dark green, I guess, something like this. Now we're gonna go into the shadows, create a new layer. On top of it, go onto pick your monoline. And then now we're gonna go around it. There's gonna be like a light shadow. We're gonna go around it in black. So, like for example, I'll go around all of the lines basically like this. And here's some tips for you guys. If you mess up, 2-finger tap is undo, 3-finger tap is redo. Just make sure you're taking your time. Just obviously like a process, it won't be quick, but just make sure you're doing your best and taking your time. And then also for designs like distressed hoodies, just make sure you go over the holes as well. Just adds a little bit of a nice effect. You guys will see at the end. Also make sure you guys do the same for the back as well. There we go. Once it looks something like this, click the wand here and go to Gaussian blur and just drag it along. As you can see, it'll create a really nice blur on the hoodie. And then now we're gonna go over it. We're gonna use a green that we used before, right? Or whatever color, but you're gonna make it a little bit darker. You can either do it with a brush or you can do it with monoline. I like using a soft brush on low. Then you can just like quickly go over it. It looks pretty nice. Now, as you can see, it adds a little bit of darkness, a little bit of depth to the edges. We can do the same thing, the lighter shade of green. So choose a lighter shade of green, and you can just like, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna create a little bit of lightness just in the middle, and once you Gaussian blur that, you like that. You know what I'm saying? It looks like light is actually hitting it. Make sure you do that for the back as well, and then we can Gaussian blur that as well. It looks something like this. And then the next step, we're gonna add some texture to it. So make a new layer and bring it right above your base hoodie layer and make it a clipping mask. There you go. And just choose whatever texture you want. You have textures like grunge, which should be something like this. You know what I'm saying? You can probably find better textures online like cheetah print and stuff like that. There we go. Go over everything lightly. The reason we make it a clipping mask, let me show you guys what a clipping mask actually does. What a clipping mask does is if I take this off clipping mask, as you can see, it goes off. But if I turn it on clipping mask, it'll stay only on the hoodie. Now go ahead and duplicate your acid wash layer by dragging it and then click it, go to invert and put it under it. And then click the arrow, go and click it, flip it horizontally and lower the opacity by a lot. And make sure you click the N. Just play around with these like settings and stuff. They just change a lot. I don't really know how to use them that much. They just like change a lot. For example, you have overlay or you have multiply. You have the divide. Just play around, see what looks best, see what looks like the vision you had in mind, and just use that one. I'm gonna go with multiply. Oh, sorry, multiply. And for this one, I'm gonna go with soft light, maybe. No, I'm gonna go for exclusion. That looks nice. It looks like a little bit worn. It looks distressed. Know what I'm saying? It matches the vibe of the distressed hoodie. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go create another clipping mask. You're gonna go into your brushes. You can find brushes online. I have these brushes for like clothing. I'm gonna make it a cotton hoodie. So we're just gonna go over all of it in a cotton brush. Then we're gonna go and we're gonna make it multiply. Make sure your brush is in black or whatever color you really want. And as you can see, this is the before. And then now it's gonna be the after. You have your actual cotton, you know what I'm saying, texture on it. And then from here you can go on and add your designs. For example, let's say you just put your logos and stuff. Maybe if you wanted to have all the effects, you would drag it under. For example, like this. Now it looks like it's actually on the hoodie. And then just go from there. If you need to like warp and stuff, just click the arrow, click on your logo, and go to warp. And you can like, you know what I'm saying, or go to distort and like, you know what I'm saying. Or if you go to warp, you can go advanced mesh mode, which is like, there you go. That looks tough. What the hell am I making? That looks kind of tough, but that's not my drawing, so I can't use that. Anyways, this is how you use like a basic distressed hoodie and stuff. Just play around with your shading. Use a black hard or soft brush between the things for like shading and things like that. Use a light one on the outside. There's plenty of ways. Just make sure you get creative. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.